Hi, we're back. Okay, I'm gonna really hope that my internet stabilizes itself for our live today. All right, so someone wants to tell me they can hear me and that we're good. That would be awesome. So I think I've mentioned this before. I'm living out of my trailer right now. So we have this beautiful ambiance here, and we're rocking it here in my trailer while our house is on the market. However, the internet is not awesome. So I'm trying to make things work here, and I'm just making sure that we are actually streaming live right now in the Dough Planner Collective, and that you can hear me and all is good. You can hear me, I can hear you, see you. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's get into it. I can see your comments rolling in now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're here. We're here. We're alive. We're good. So I apologize in advance if it gets a little bit choppy. I will resume. If anything, I am hotspotting from my phone's internet instead of the Wi-Fi out here. So let's just hope that that it does well for us, and let's dive into our training today. So the training that I wanted to cover was how to sell lifelong vitality with ease. And the reason that I wanted to do this training today is because it is honestly the foundation, the cornerstone of your business. All right. So one of the things that I always say is that there's the 80-20 rule. Okay. So 80% of the things that you do will give you 20%, 20% of the things you do will give you 80% of the results. All right. So you have to pick the right 20% of things. So now the way that I look at our business here at doing doTERRA is that 80% of our time is actually spent on the front end. So the front end being our income producing activities, what we do is our DMOs, which is our daily methods of operation, right? 80% of our time is spent doing things like our contacting, our following up, running classes, inviting to classes, making sure people attend the classes. 80% of our time is spent teaching the classes, teaching people, getting them started, helping them overcome, go through possible objections so that we can get them started on their products. And, 80% of our time is spent on all that front end, bringing someone and acquiring someone, right? The acquisition of our new customers or builders is where 80% of our time is spent. However, that is only actually giving us 20% of our income, right? 20% of our income, meaning through fast start commissions. That's it, really. You get 20% of your income will come from just that little front end, but that's where 80% of our time is spent. Now, on the flip side, the back end that I call it, which is once we've already acquired our new customers, 20% of our time is spent on the support piece. Okay, so 80% of our time is spent on pipe, 20% of our time is spent on the S of pipes, right? So 80% of our time is spent in prepare, invite, presenting, enrolling, getting them started through follow-ups, but only 20% of our income is there. Then 20% of our time is spent in support, and 80% of our income is going to come from how we support our customers. Okay, so that 80% of income will be on the basis of us having long-term customers. We need to have residual income. You need to have residual ordering, right? Having customers on lifelong vitality, having customers on consumable products is what is going to allow for the longevity of our business, for the foundation, the cornerstone income producing, the bulk of our business. Now, funny enough, because lifelong vitality is also the foundation and cornerstone of someone's health, it's also the foundation and cornerstone of the health of our business, because it is a consumable product that customers go on and will order every single month on loyalty rewards, which then is guaranteeing you basically having residual of 60, 70 PV every month from every customer that you get on to lifelong vitality. So the benefit for them is obviously the gold that they get from it, right? So the benefits, the features of the actual supplements themselves. But the benefit for you is that 20% of your time is spent on the support piece. And if you do a rock-in wellness consult and getting your customers on lifelong vitality, that is your income. That's 80% of your income. That's your ranks. That's your bonuses, because you've got these customers who are always processing these orders every month because they're getting free shipping, free product credit, all of the good stuff just for being on LLV. Okay, so are you with me so far? Do we see the benefit of why it is that we want to get our customers on LLV? Do we see why it's so important that that we get our customers using this product? I think we see it, right? So again, you know, if there's anything that you want to really dive into training and learning, it's exactly this. It's how do we get more customers using lifelong vitality so that our businesses thrive and we get to do less work and make more money. Huh? Well, how's that for an idea, right? That's a plan. I want to do less work and make more money. And how do I do that? By getting my customers immediate results, right? And getting them on that LLV. So let's talk about the features, the benefits of the actual products itself so that you can go out and sell it with ease, because selling lifelong vitality with ease is what is going to allow your business to grow faster, because your customers will be seeing more results. So what does this look like? First off, the one thing I tell customers all the time when it comes to lifelong vitality is these supplements should not cost you a dime. So I actually did a video that said, lifelong vitality, would you like to get your supplements for free, right? Tune in if you want to get your supplements for free. And so everyone's like, well, of course, I would love to, you know, but how do I do that? Well, simple. I'll tell you how, because these supplements should actually not cost you any money. This is how we're going to do it. We are going to redirect where you're currently spending some money. If I went grocery shopping with you for 4 weeks, you took me every Sunday grocery shopping with you, I promise that when we get to the checkout line and you're putting all your products on that conveyor belt, I'm going to pull out $25 worth of crap from your shopping cart. Okay, maybe I won't use that word, but I'm going to pull out $25 worth of stuff off that conveyor belt and throw it back into the outgoing shopping cart. $25 a week worth of stuff from your grocery cart. Guarantee you, things that are not going to help you have better sleeps, better moods, less pain, feel better, lose weight, be thriving, be in an optimal state of wellness, help reduce inflammation. I guarantee you have $25 a week worth of stuff in that grocery cart that is causing you inflammation, that is causing you irritations, that is causing you to, you know, put on weight that you don't want to put on, or that's impacting your moods in a negative way. Okay, I guarantee you that there's $25 worth of that in your grocery cart every single week. So if I pull that out and toss it out and you're not going to take that home with you from the grocery store, that alone will pay for your supplements. Okay, that alone will pay for your week's supply of lifelong vitality. That is going to help you thrive and feel good and feel energized. Okay, now I guarantee you I can help you even make money on this by pulling out one fast food run that you do a week that's causing inflammatory responses, that's causing mood issues, right? Because it's not fueling your brain properly. So these, I mean, I wouldn't go into all of this, obviously, when I'm teaching it, but I'm giving you all the nuggets and then pull like a little piece of it that works for you, okay? So I'm not giving you a script right now. I'm just giving you information and like little analogies that help customers click, right? We want them to make the click. We want them to be like, I never thought of that, right? So sometimes I actually find out what my customers' vices are beforehand. So I find out, are they a Starbucks drinker? Do they love, so sometimes a question that I might ask is, how many times a week are you currently eating out? So that would be either just grabbing food on the go because you're a busy person, or that might be going out to a restaurant with your family. How many times a week might you go to, do you do Starbucks, or what is your coffee vice that you go run to? Now this all becomes inventory for me, because when it comes time for me to get this new customer on Lifelong Vitality, and the reason being is because everyone needs it, right? If anything, any reason someone's coming to us to use the oils, they're coming because of a health or mental or physical health need, whether they want to improve. Not most people want to maintain. I don't know anyone that really, when they just want to maintain my health. You mean you don't want it to actually get better? But to improve their health. Maybe they're struggling with a specific type of disease or ailment, right? Whatever they're coming to us for, we know that Lifelong Vitality becomes that cornerstone of what actually starts helping the body bring itself back into an optimal take care of itself. Think of our bodies like a self-cleaning oven, right? It's designed to actually repair and restore itself naturally. But a lot of the things that we're consuming, putting on us, whether it be product synthetic overload or the foods that we're eating, is actually inhibiting and preventing our bodies from doing what it's naturally designed to do. So when we look at something like Lifelong Vitality, we actually know that this is going to be the answer for like 99% of the things that our clients are coming to us for, right? So one of the most common objections you're going to have, though, is, well, it's so expensive. Like, I'm not, and why? Because people aren't already taking supplements. Now, if someone's already taking supplements, they might look at Lifelong Vitality and say, oh, this is a great deal, actually. This is a good price. Because they might be taking other supplements, and then they'll realize that, if you were to take each individual supplement and add up the price of each individual one versus what we charge for the 3 trios together, you're saving like a couple $100. If you were to take every ingredient in Lifelong Vitality, right, and go to the health food store, a really high quality health food store, and buy those ingredients, you're spending over $300. So they're saving money by just buying these as a trio to begin with. But there's certain things that, sorry, I'm just reading this one comment. You tried the supplements but tasted the OIOs the other day. Oh, maybe, are you talking about the omegas? Yeah, sometimes that happens, right? Like gastro-wise, like once it breaks down in the stomach, sometimes you might have that little like, oh, I can taste the orange. I can taste the fish oil, whatever it is. I don't ever taste like fish ever. But yeah, sometimes that's just like a natural reflex there. But these supplements, I'm telling you, are going to be the answer to almost every single person's needs. So if we know people are going to object to the price, that's when we use certain analogies. And here is my little sales tip for you. Always overcome the price objection before it becomes an objection. So you overcome it by using these analogies during the actual presentation, during the sales process. You don't wait till they have the objection and then say it. If you use it during the actual process, then it helps for it to not become a barrier when the actual closing happens, okay? So here we go. When it comes to the actual features and benefits of the actual oils or of the actual supplements themselves, right? So first off, they shouldn't cost you a dime. Because again, if you took out one fast food run a week, or you took out one, dinner out at a restaurant and made food at home, or you took out $25 worth of stuff that's in your grocery cart, and just say, I invite you to do this. Next time you go grocery shopping, watch everything come through on the register, like where it shows the prices. And I want you just to you don't have to do anything. You don't have to put the food back. You can buy it. You can pay for it and buy it. But I just want you to look at it, or look at your receipt and say, was there $25 worth of stuff here that I maybe could have put back? Some people spend like $5-6 just on blueberries. That alone, the antioxidants are in Lifelong Vitality, and no one's getting full off of blueberries. So you're not needing it as an entire meal. So maybe just don't buy the blueberries and take Lifelong Vitality, because you're getting the antioxidant out of the actual supplements themselves. So there's little things like that you might want to use as your analogies when you're trying to open up someone's mind to beginning to take these. So my second point is that what I what I want you to do is take 3 things that you can talk about when it comes to each one of the bottles of supplement. And can someone tell me if my internet is still working okay for you guys? There is a little like internet bar that keeps popping up here. So I just want to make sure that you can still, that it's still flowing and we're still good. And I'm not losing you. Okay, so when it comes to the actual supplements themselves, you want to have 3 things that you can talk about each one of these supplements. So when I started, this was one of my claims to fame, is that I went all the way to Diamond only knowing the top 10 oils, the emotional aromatherapy oils, and lifelong vitality. That was it. If anyone asked me about any other product, I likely didn't know. I always had to look it up. I always had to like, figure it out, because I just got really good at a few key cornerstone products. And that is what I taught, and that is what I sold. And that's what I built my business off of. And so when it came to lifelong vitality, I have no nutrition background. Like, I don't have any background in supplements or nutrition or, food or whatever. But I took three key things that I knew about each one of those bottles. And that is what I taught. Every single time, that's what I taught when it came to lifelong vitality. So I would come to the end of my presentation. So right when I'd be teaching a class, I'd say, so today we're going to cover, how to use, 3 cool things about oils, 3 ways to use oils. I'm going to go through the top 10 most popular oils that are found in our most popular enrollment kit, as well as doTERRA's #1 selling product, which is our supplements. So I let them know at the beginning that that's what we're going to cover. Then when I get into the supplements, I'm like, so here it is. This is actually our #1 product. And this is the #1 product I recommend for every single one of my clients, because most people are coming here with goals like, and I start naming off all the things that lifelong vitality does, right? Less pain, better health, better moods, better sleep, less anxious feelings, not experiencing all the low moods as much anymore. So I just kind of go through some of the supportive key things that lifelong vitality will do. And so when it comes to these supplements, this is the cornerstone. So this is the foundation. It's the pillar of your health and wellness. So when we think about your body, right? Your body is designed to thrive, and it's designed to heal itself. Using these supplements, and I usually have my 3 supplements with me, but I'm not at home. So I just have my actual supplement case here. Normally I've got my actual bottles with me when I'm teaching a class, and I'll hold up each one as we go through them. And I would have had them for this live, but again, I couldn't make it home in time because my baby was still sleeping and I didn't want to wake her up and put her in the car. So here we are. Pretend I'm holding my bottles, okay? So I would say, when it comes to the lifelong vitality, here's a few key things that you need to know. First of all, they are whole food and bioavailable. So this means your body can absorb 100% of it, right? Instead of getting those vitamins or supplements off of the store shelf, which have a lot of synthetics in them and also can have a lot of chalky filler, with doTERRA's oil, it's a no fairy dust approach. We're not trying to, when it comes to supplements, more isn't necessarily better. What doTERRA supplements are doing is actually bridging the gap between what you're getting in a standard American diet and what your body actually needs to thrive. It's bridging that gap because we're taking into account that you are getting some nutrients from your food. Now, here's another cool feature is that lifelong vitality in other countries, so where we sell lifelong vitality around the world, it's formulated differently for the actual deficiencies that are more present in different countries. So that's pretty cool. So we have a certain formulation here in the United States and Canada, which may look different from the formulation in Taiwan, because we have different nutrition deficiencies depending on where we live. So we're really looking at just bridging the gap between what we eat and what our body needs to thrive. Okay, so I talk about whole food and I talk about the fact that it's bridging the gap. And I'm also mentioning that a lot of other supplements have chalky filler that our bodies can't absorb, right? So what ends up happening? You get really expensive pee because your body's peeing it out if it's not taking it in and it's not actually absorbing it. Okay, so Here, then I go, yeah, I know, super cool, right? Yes. So Aldo's saying Brazil has a very different formula because what you eat as Brazilian down there, like your food sources, what you primarily eat as a as a culture is going to be different than what we eat here. So it's the gaps that we're trying to make up. So if you actually look at what the body requires when it comes to our nutrients, our vitamins, our minerals, our trace minerals, you can actually see what do we need, and then you can see what we're usually getting from our standard diet, and you see this gap. That's the gap that LLV is filling for us, right? Because if we had the proper nutrients, the proper vitamins and nutrients in our system, we likely wouldn't be experiencing all of these symptoms that we're experiencing, because our bodies would be able to actually function the way that they're intended to. Now, again, my friends, Canada and US is the same. Actually, Canada has a slight difference with one thing that's in it, and I can't actually remember the ingredients, but they're very, very close and similar. But the reason that there's a little slight difference is actually just Health Canada. Health Canada's like, no, we don't like the fact that you have that in it. Health Canada is just like that. They're very, very challenging to get around. So anyways, we had to like slightly change the formula, but it's like such a minute difference. It's barely even noticeable. So again, everything that I'm telling you guys right now, this is not a script. This is not all of the things that you would deliver, because some of you are going to take one of my points, then another person's going to take a different point. So I want you just to take what's here for you, okay? Write down the thing that to you is like, that was my nugget, okay? Not all of this. This would overwhelm a customer. If you were to give them all of this information, it would very much overwhelm them. That's why you have to stick to 1-2 points max. The more information that they get, when they get information overload, they will need time to digest it, and then that makes them not want to buy. Okay, so we just want to take what's here for us, because there's 85 people watching live right now, right? So I know that there's going to be something for everyone. You only take what's here for you, leave the rest, so that you can just use little bits of stuff with your new customer, okay? So here is where you're now going to go into the 3 points about LLV. All right, so you're going to go about 3 key things about each one of those bottles that is very easy to understand. Well, I'm glad it's golden nuggets for you guys. That's awesome. Okay, so very, very easy to understand. That's what I want you guys to do. So we hold up each bottle, right? So let me just go through quickly what each one of these bottles contains, so that you know what you'd be taking on a daily basis. So first we have our micro VMZ. That stands for micronutrient complex of vitamins and minerals. That's what micro VMZ stands for. Okay, so micronutrient complex of vitamins and minerals. This will cover your 22 essential vitamins and minerals and 72 trace minerals. So if you're somebody who's already taking vitamin D, vitamin C, I mean, this gives you vitamin A, B, D, C, E, and K. It gives you your calcium, your magnesium. You know, if you're a pregnant mama or you're thinking about getting pregnant, these were my prenatals. It has folate, the natural version of folic acid. So your body doesn't have to metabolize anything. So now, because all of these are whole food, bioavailable nutrients, very high quality, your body doesn't have to use extra energy metabolizing synthetic stuff into something it can actually use. So this is in its core the best, and it's got the right amount of each vitamin and mineral so that they can work like lock and key together. So that's perfect. Then we have our essential oil omega. So we've got our omega EO. So this is our omegas infused with essential oils. This is the only omega on the market that has essential oils in them, which is so cool, because it actually, the essential oils actually make the omega 30% more bioavailable, because it enhances its ability for it to be absorbed into our system. So not only do you have a super high quality omega fatty acid, which is really good for your hair, your skin, your nails, your brain, memory, all of that, but it's also infused with a daily dose of 9 different essential oils. So you're getting a daily dose of things like frankincense and some of those other really, really great high quality essential oils. So that's our omegas. Then we have our alpha CRS, which stands for cellular renewal system. And this is for those people who fall asleep and crash at, 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you're going and running for another latte to keep you awake. Not when you're on the alpha CRS, okay? This is your natural boost, because it works from the actual mitochondria of the cell, which is the energy center. And you've got all of this natural botanicals that are helping to keep you alive and awake and invigorated. Okay, but it's also like the fire extinguisher for your body. Think of it like it's going in there and it's putting out all of the flames, because it is very high in antioxidant and helps with all that oxidative stress that your body might be in. Because I don't know if you know this, but inflammation is the root cause of all disease. So if we can help keep the body more neutralized, then again, it's going to be able to work for you. So these are some of the little tips that I would take, and I would just pick 1 to 2 things, and I would use those 1 to 2 things, and I make them very easy to understand, right? Because again, I had to make it easy for myself to understand, because I had no background knowledge in this stuff, right? So I had to watch all these videos and read all the brochures, and I was like, ooh, I'm not saying that. That word confuses me. That's too big of a word. I don't even know what it means. All right. So I always had to make sure that I was pulling things that I could understand myself. If I wanted a very green, very new customer to have any hope in heck that they were going to understand it too, right? So you always got to remember who's your customer and how can I make sure that they're also, catching what I'm putting down here, okay? And you'll know, because you'll look at your customers, and if they have this glazed look about them, you've already lost them. So pull it back, make it easy for them to actually like compute in their brains, okay? So again, when it comes back to this, as we wrap it up, it's about helping our customer understand the features and the benefit of the product, right? So why would they need it? According to their health goal. You gotta take the reason that they're coming to you to begin with, their pain point, and you've got to mirror it with what Lifelong Vitality is going to do to help them actually overcome that. All right. So what is Lifelong Vitality doing that is going to help with the symptoms of what they're feeling? Because remember, there's 2 methods of healthcare. There's modern medicine, which is always addressing the symptoms, but's leaving the root cause. And then there's natural medicine, which is dealing with the root cause so the symptoms go away. And so when we use something like Lifelong Vitality, we're addressing the root cause of the issue that's happening within the body. The symptoms go away. So when you start someone with Lifelong Vitality, then the oils help with some of those symptoms for right now. But if we get to the root cause, the symptoms should be alleviated. The symptoms should essentially vanish, right? When the root cause is addressed. Now, that doesn't go for everything. There's always going to be exceptions, but there's a heck of a lot of diseases out there that are lifestyle induced. And when people clean up their diet, they clean up their exposure to synthetics, they clean up a lot of that stuff, they're going to see dramatic differences. So I encourage you now to write down what are going to be your couple talking points about Lifelong Vitality, and then 1 or 2 things you can say about each one of those bottles, because that's what's going to become your new personalized script for yourself that is going to help you be able to sell this a whole lot easier, a whole lot better. And remember, if my 5-year-old daughter couldn't understand what I was talking about, sometimes these brand new customers aren't going to understand it either. So we want to keep it simple, effective, fun. I always think that like selling should be fun, right? It should be easy for people to understand and actually get really excited about learning when you make it in a way that they're like, oh, like they get it, right? Like the grocery store analogy. So make it fun for them to see the parallel. And if you make it easy for them to understand, they're gonna always want to continue to work with you because they know that they can come to you and have an easy way of learning about their own wellness. So I hope that was really helpful for you guys today. And I'm really excited to hear if you can go out and get some more LLV under your belt. Because remember, 20% of your time is going to be spent on the support piece with your new customers, but that gives 80% of your income and results. So let's get more people on Lifelong Vitality. You will see a dramatic difference. So if you're in the US, you guys are really lucky because you have way more stuff than we have here in Canada. And I know that there's some people here from South Africa. You guys don't have it just yet. And, you know, things are still coming. But when it does, you guys are going to be way ahead of the game. If you don't have LLV yet and you attended this training, you're going to be way ahead of the game. You're going to be selling it like crazy. And everyone in your country is going to be like, what the heck? How did you come out of the gate selling LLV so quick? But it's because you're already getting prepared. You're priming yourself for this product because it is the cornerstone. And then the fact that you can add other things for like 50% off up to 3 extra supplements. I mean, brilliant. And on top of that, you get them on a protein, a green, and a fiber. They have their morning breakfast already set with the protein, the fibers, and the greens. Then they take their Lifelong Vitality. Tell me that in 30 days, you're not going to be feeling amazing. Oh, and don't ever forget to mention the fact that we're so confident that you are going to be feeling better that in 30 days, if you are not, you can send back the empty bottles and doTERRA will refund you 100%. So if in 30 days, you're not feeling better, you return those empty bottles. But I invite you to take the challenge. And sometimes people don't actually notice what LLV is doing for them until they actually go off of it. And then they assess what the following 2 weeks feels like when they've been off of it. Because I will tell you that I forgot this at home, my supplements, when we came to the trailer. And after 3 days, all my joints started becoming super stiff. It's almost like my body thrives so much on them that when I'm off of them, like I go backwards, right? So it's so good to, yes, this is being recorded. Yes, I am in Canada as well. So again, thank you for coming and investing in yourself. Make this the cornerstone of your business. If anything, get really good at selling the Daily Healthy Habits Kit because you're getting them on a daily routine with the oils and with the supplements. And then they would stay on Lifelong Vitality moving forward. So if you do a really good job at setting the person up with LLV from the get-go, like with a kit like Daily Health Habits, you have more likelihood of them staying on the routine, especially if they see that it's not going to be costing them any more money, right? Grocery cart, food runs, Starbucks, whatever their vice is. I promise that they are spending $100 a month in some of these other products that are not making, or some of these other vices that are not making them feel good. All right, guys, have an amazing day. And for those of you also that have been catching my emails today, don't forget that Sales with Soul Academy, the cart is closing. I think we only have 2 spots left now for the founding member spots, but super exciting. That closes tomorrow. In terms of anything else coming up, we've already had our monthly call. So I have a new guest speaker for our monthly team collective call for next month for June. And she's super awesome. She's not in doTERRA. I'm trying to get people from outside of doTERRA to come and give you some nuggets here because it's always nice to hear of people outside of our industry as well, which is super cool. So thank you guys for popping on. Have an amazing day. Thank you for all the comments. You guys are awesome. Love you, love you. And we will see you at our next training. All right. Bye, everybody.